Hello friends, welcome to Data Pandit. Today we are going to talk about the run sequence in Ab initio. Uh, Basically, it's a parameter evaluation sequence. How different parameters and variables are getting assigned, and what are the scope and life of those parameters and variables. Okay. So the heading we should like to give this session is like parameter evaluation and variable scope and life of variable in a component basically. And parameter, when we talk of parameters in Ab initio, then the parameters could be a component level parameter, right? So there are few inbuilt parameters, right? And the parameters could be a graph level or subgraph level or from a project level parameters, right? So these different kind of parameters comes in our mind when we talk about the parameter, their evaluation and the scope and life. Then we are going to see one in a sequence. So whenever we run any graph, basically what we do, how we run the graph. First, we can do in our command prompt. We can just call air command sandbox run and the graph name with the and the this is positional parameters, right? Keyword or these parameters run date and trade date. So if run date is a kind of environment variable, it is an exported environment variable, then only we can access this trade date as a we can reference it. Otherwise, it's we cannot do it, right? So run date is a the what is the name of this parameter in the graph, and this hyphen run date we how we specify it, and this is the keyword actually, and this is the actual trade date. So if we export the trade date in our environment, then only we can do this. Otherwise, it's not going to be resolving over here in the command prompt. Or this script, this command could be a part of larger script, wrapper script, or it can be called from let's say if we talk about autosys scheduling. So from the autosys job schedule, we can call this graph, right? So if that autosys environment, autosys also has an environment, right? So autosys environment has a trade date, available, then only we can call it. These are the possibilities, okay? Or if we call it from an TWS schedule, then if in the TWS tool, if we are setting up this trade date, then only we can call it as okay. Now let's talk about after running what happens. What happens? The first the project level parameter will be assigned. So whatever the project level parameters are there, project level, and then there is a private project and public project, right? Private or public or many, one or many private public sandboxes. We call it a public project or public sandboxes. So, so, so how the listing is there in the, when you click on F11, and then the listing of the projects would be there from the private and within public, there are many sandboxes would be there, right? So in that sequence, all the parameters would be, assigned or evaluated whenever our graph runs. First thing is going to happen is that, okay. So okay, and then there will be a private, okay. Finally, so if anything is overridden by private, then it will be replaced by the value which is given in private sandbox. So private sandbox can override the values from public, or it can use directly the values of public sandboxes which is assigned to the public. So this is going to happen in the first step. Then if private project overrides the value of any public sandbox parameters, then the overridden value will be taken, else the public sandbox value will be taken, okay. Then post that, what is going to happen is graph level or pset level parameter assignments is going to be happen and the evaluation is going to happen. Assignment, they can refer to any project level parameter, right? The graph level or preset level parameter can refer the any public sandbox or any private sandbox or the private sandbox, not any this the current private sandbox. They can also refer any ab initio inbuilt parameters, right? AB max score, any anything like AI MFS spending or AI MFS, the depth, these inbuilt ab initio parameters and also the variables, they can be ABDML, DFS, these things can be referenced from the graph level or preset level parameter or any exported parameters, you know, within the environment if they are there, if the current ab initio environment have those exported environment variables, then those variables can be referenced, okay, over here in the graph level or preset level. Then there is a project start cases is going to be called, okay. So project start.css, right? Because it's available in the project preset and sandbox preset level, but it cannot alter the values of the graph level or parameter preset level parameter, because those preset level and graph level parameter is evaluated first, then this project start cases, okay. So that you need to keep in mind that this is not going to be, or this cannot alter the graph level or parameter level, graph level or preset level parameters. Okay, then graph starts script is going to code. It's recommended that we are not using it because it's it's not readable. We don't go and see the start script, because anything scripting or any script, the capability of script can be achieved as part of the wrapper script basically. So we don't use the script over here, and it's a very difficult to read, go and see the graph start script and all. So this is not recommended to use that, you know so everything so but it happens is the graph start script is calling, then there is a DML evaluation part is happening. So this is the major part basically. Say herein, you can so DML evaluation is in the sense of like uh, the XFRs, transformation evaluation, and the reference within that transform and DML and the reference, any references within the DML. So there are four with respect to parameter. There are dollar reference for include statements. So if you look at any DMLs and we are including other DMLs, it happens in the JSON related projects, or whenever you are dealing with the little complex data sets, then only we are referring different DMLs, or any web services related components, and they can refer the the different types. So those inclusion statement is going to be reference, and then there is a right hand side of transformation rule is going to be reference, and then whenever we specify any DVC file, right? In any DVC file, we refer the parameters using round medium bracket. So we cannot refer using the dollar and variable name in the DVC. If you specify dollar and variable name, then there won't be any evaluation happening. Okay, so you have to have the round bracket, dollar round bracket. Okay, and while specifying the interpretation for DML and transformation, you need to keep in mind that if you are referring any particular parameter using the dollar or dollar round brackets. Okay, so depending upon that, the file type or file content, so there are two interpretation available. So if you want to interpret only the file name, or if you want to interpret the content of the file, so depending upon that, we are going to assigning the interpretation type, PDL, or it's a round, it's a constant, or it's a a dollar reference, or is a dollar round bracket reference. So that you need to take care of while. So after this, the sixth step happens, the DML evaluation part happens, and within that also there is a run program or conduct IT, script expression. Whenever we call a script, and they cannot be evaluated when parameter evaluation happen at graph level or project level. So whenever the graph, this component is getting called, and then the script is going to be invoked as part of run program or any script expression, then only the relevant variable is going to be parameter is going to be evaluated. Okay. So if we talk about inside a component, so inside a component we will have a local variable and global variables. Okay, when you specify any package, in within the component, if it is a transform component, it's a multi-stage transform component. We specify that the inbuilt functions, and also inbuilt type, or probably the or define types. Okay, we can define type, and if you can define functions as well. So this part happens. So whatever we declare within the component boundary and outside any function, that is global variable. And if we are declaring the any variable within the graph, within the function, then is a local variable. So the life of a local variable is going to be within the function, as it happens in many programming language, and the global variable is going to be a live, and in the scope of entire component transform. Okay, so that can be referenced in any functions available. Okay, within the particular component transform or component package. And if we talk about the key-based processing, like scan component and the roll-up component and the join component, and then the life of the temporary type variable is there, right? So this is inbuilt type definition. So temporary type is going to live. The assignment of the value is going to live for that particular group, right? So this is inbuilt mechanism of those respective components, so that we need to take care. And then there is a graph and script is going to be called. Okay, so this is going to be the end of it. And then what is happening is with inbuilt after this processing, and then the inbuilt things are getting processed, right? So if the graph is failed, then the recovery things and all those, that happens internally actually. So whenever the compile, the kind of compilation of the, everything happens. So at that point in time, the recovery aspect of it, cleanup aspect of it, the graph cleanup, and the directory creation aspect, the file creation, file availability, those kind of stuff is getting checked whenever whenever the script is getting. So if you understand, like whenever we call the graph, so the script is getting created associated with the graph. So the script is going to be executed finally. The graph is going to be replaced whenever you click on whenever you click on run. So the respective script is going to be generated, and all the associated tasks, the agent process, and those kind of processes getting created. So that is different. I'm not including that part in this video session. I'm just the steps of parameter evaluation. So this is a kind of subset of that larger larger run sequence. So what all things happens as part of larger the larger life of cycle of graph execution. So that we are going to cover in the probably in the next session. So, but this is the subset of that, how the parameter evaluation happens, because this is going to be asked in many interviews, and also the understanding of it, is very essential. So so this is that how parameters evaluation is going to happen, right? So let's talk about kind of scenarios, right? There are two scenarios. Let's discuss it, and then we are going to conclude this session. Okay. So let's say if we have a PSET, so let's say we have project, project A, B, and C, and the PSET is available in project B, and project C, let's say the graph is available in, project C, and project B is in the project C is included by project B. So let's obviously the project C is public sandbox, right? And the public sandbox or public project, okay? So in that case, the so let's say any variable, is declared in project C and the graph level parameter. So this will be association of this graph level parameter is going to be, with the project C. But we have created the PSET in the project B, then the overriding thing with the value, the dynamic scope, right, is going to be a, led by project B. So the PSET values is going to be a, will be a used while execution of the PSET. Okay. So if we talk about if a plan PSET, so if a plan PSET in a project B and which is based on a graph, under project B, project A, let's say. So the PSET is in project A, and the graph over that the PSET is created is in B, and then it is referencing the subgraph from project C. This kind of setup is also available. If you don't understand, so we could create the the customized components, right, in Ab initio. So the customized component is in C, and that customized component is referenced in project B, or a graph in which is in project B, and that graph is is underlying in the, I mean, the PSET in the project A is on top of that graph of project B, right? So this kind of setup is there. So the same thing is going to happen in the dynamically as part of dynamic scope. The PSET, which is PSET is going to rule whenever we call the PSETs, and all the so if the parameters are there in everywhere, so the values coming in from the project is going to be the PSET level value is going to be used as a execution of the PSET. Okay, so this is a kind of understanding of the parameter, right? So simple, and so the larger sequence of execution is we are going to take maybe the next session. So we will include this uh, this as a subset of that larger run sequence. Okay, thank you so much. Please subscribe my channel. We are going to go ahead with many more things.